Welcome, and thank you again for joining. This is not a part 2. This hasn't broke again, but we'll remember this culprit. Remember him? But what would you say if I told you I think I've fixed this by doing a little bit of plastic welding? So, what's plastic welding? Well, basically what I've done is I've taken my soldering iron and basically I've just took the end of a zip tie and I've melted the two pieces together. So like the hairline crack, I've tried to fill in as best as I can with this, so I've run that down, and then I've filled this back up again and I've strengthened it with a zip tie. Now, there's only one of two things can happen here. This will work and I'll probably be called a genius, or I'll just blow right up in my face and I'm not at a loss. So, we all know what this the story was, and I've had a lot of people. I'm blown away, by the way. 7,000 views I've had in this video, so thank you very, very much. But this one here, if you don't want to sit through the whole of this, then fine, just shoot right on to the end. I would like you to watch a wee bit with it, because to be fair, if you just shoot right to the end, it just takes it that I've no kept your attention on the video. So, but it's a risk I'm prepared to take. The reason I'm going to be a wee bit longer on this video is, I've had a few people that have said that I've explained it well, but I would like to actually show people, because one guy was actually having a problem fitting the front cover. So I'll try and speed things up. I'm not sure, I'm not the best at photo editing, so it'll just be as good as it is. So, without further ado, let's see if that weld will hold the pressure, and if it does, that will just build up and I'll leave it until this bursts again, and I'll keep the new one. But, well, okay, let's crack on, let's see. So, first things first is the dismantling process of this. Okay, so the tools that's in the road, maybe we'll just throw them on the ground. The water bit, because the front's coming off, right, you need to take that off, right, so that'll go there. Right, now, let's try to remember what I've done last time, because there's torques and everything. So, right, so there's the torques in there. So, here's my wee torques toolkit. That's all I use. But what I do is, I put this extension on because, well, you've not really got much room, to be honest with you. So, we'll get that back into there. Was it this one? Not too big. So there's that in. Was it this one? Yeah. It has to be one of these two then. It's that one. Right. So, first things first, let's get these out. I'm sorry, but my asthma's bad today. So, the heavy breathing's when we getting excited about dismantling my K4 again. Trust me. The screw must be full. To be fair, the shed's a wee bit dark, so it's not the easiest of things to see. I must have a screw missing because there should be 6 of these screws come out, and I've only got 5. So now I remember that there was another 2 as well in the bottom, okay? So, and they go into a big long grommet, so what you actually have to do is get the screw out, and then you get the grommet out. So, okay, that's that. Now, there's 2 screws in there, so they're missing. And this is a Phillips head. Right, so the Phillips head goes into these. Now, I'm going to turn this on so you can see what I'm going into. Okay, so it's here and it's up here, alright? So basically these 2 form part of holding on this bottom footwell here, but they have to come out because they're an integral part of holding on the front cover as well. So that should be that. Flathead screwdriver. Now, be careful when you're doing this because I'm a bit handless. There you go. It's a big, it's just a big plastic retaining pin. But here, with the screwdriver in, they come out okay. They ain't a hard thing once you've got them to move. He says with bated breath. Dinky do. So that now just pulls out. I'm just throwing this stuff on the floor, to be honest with you. So, right. So now, as you can see, this just comes off. So once you've separated it, if you look into here, you'll see that there's this pipe here. Now, I'm going to take this off from this bit, if I can just get this out here. So this is what's sitting on top of the head. There you go, right. So it's the nozzle going onto that bit there at the top part of the pump. That's the bit I'm removing from here. So the rest just stays in. Okay. Now it's still held on here by the wire, but that's just a holder. And voila. So that's no bad. What? A few minutes into this, and we are now this bit here. You just prise that out. It's just a bracket. They're very quite clever, these retaining clips, to be honest with you. They do quite an important job for such a, mind your fingers, for such an integral part of this. And there's the other one. Okay, so we should now be able to, I'll bring the cable around here, release this from this. I can't remember how I've done this last time, but I've got it eventually. Just a wee bit of wiggling, I think it is. Right, and there you go. And that is the pump out. So, we are now back to this familiar bit. And there you go. On the top of the pump here, 4 Allen bolts. Okay. I'm going to pause at this because I'm going to try and find something. Okay, so we're back again. Now, to be fair, right, just going to check I've got my volume, I do. Right, so to be fair, I've got a wee tip here, right, and that was that you don't need to push so hard on these because the length of the bolts are enough, so you just really need to tighten them like a car tyre and just tweak, 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 tweak. And then what I had a thought of there before as I was getting into this, I remembered the last time with the Allen bolts. Well, there you go. I've got one of these heads, it's a hex head. I've only gone and got it stuck in, so right. But watch this. Oh no, wait a minute. Before I forget. That's to that, that's to that. That's to that. So that's just up. Ta-da! Okay. Now that's a lot easier than what I'd done the last time, I can assure you. So, first things first. There you go. Remove that. Now, second thing second, as you can see, the pump is just, well, it's exactly the same as that to a certain extent. Now, I will admit that there is a possibility that this will not seat right. I went a wee bit ballistic with the plastic welding on the inside. To be fair, right, so it's got a white pin. Oh, it's this bit, is it? How did that come out? Did I just pull it? Oh, it was a pull it. Oh. Now, oh dear. Ah, got it. Well, that was lucky. There's certain things you tend to forget, but there is certain things you tend to remember. So, that's the good end. Right. And that's the melted end. So there is no rubber in that. So you need to put this triangle gasket on. Okay. Come on, baby. Right. I really like using screwdrivers on these things because you tend to nick them and wear them and burst them and whatever. So there you go. Now, before I clamp that one on the top, there is something else I remember. So it's, oh hang on, that's better, right. So it's not that, I've got that, there it is there, it's that. Oh bollocks. Yeah. Right, so that, and that, and that. That goes to that, that goes on to that. And I'm sure I've seen a wee spring pop out of that. Okay, I'm on a search. Cut! Okay, lesson learned there. Never ever split that apart unless you're in an enclosed room. Now, that's the new one. So I'm going to put the new one over here. And that way I don't touch it again. Now this was the broken one, right? So that's that in there. Okay. And to be fair, that's it done. All there was to that. Okay. So let's rebuild this bad boy, and we'll see if this works. So that goes into there. Well, that pushes itself down into there. Now before you put that bit in there, you put that bit in there. What a tube. Now, I can't remember, but I'm sure there's only a specific way that this thing goes in. Make sure you've seated these spins right. I'm maybe talking, I'm maybe giving a lot of crap again. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh. Why me? There you go. Nope, that's not that corner. Right. So there you go. There's the completely assembled pump, and that's what it should look like. Okay. There you go. And there, as you can see down the front, that's all I've done. A wee bit of plastic weld. Alright. So now this goes on to here in said fashion. What's missing for the top of that? Locating pin. Oh. Now look at that, eh? So that fits into that. And it obviously seals up. So that holds that into place. So, there we go. Now this was the bit I had done wrong the last time, okay? So, I will try and come good this time. Right. So, by the looks of it, the best thing to do is just put your bolts in first and let them drop in. Right. Now, as was explained to me, they just sit in, and I hope you can see this. Okay, so binding down on that. Now, the amount of water coming out of this is incredible, so it's a good sign. What is it? Now, bearing in mind, this is actually a powerful torque gun, so you don't want to sit there and keep rattling and rattling and rattling. One or two rattles off of that is enough. After that, you'll just burn, you'll probably actually snap the setting up here. Now, to be fair, that's it. So that's just back on. So, like the last time, I didn't have to rebuild the thing completely. I just had to make sure that I sealed it. Alright, so what I'll go and do now is I will go down south and well, actually, may as well show you this. Right, there's no sense in me going ahead. Now, the pump itself is very, very heavy. Okay, so you just got to be a wee bit careful when you're putting this in. I'm not sure you're around the table. Right. So, first, you push the top bit in. Okay, and that goes up as far as it can. And then this. Oh, sorry. this just rests into this. Okay. And there you go. Now that's super solid. That's enough. Okay. So what we're going to do is I'll get the clip. Right. And what I'll do is be fair, that's going to be a bit rusty actually, so we'll see if this thing goes in a bit easier. Sorry for the wheezing. Now to be fair, that looks in. And because it looks in, I can't see why this isn't seating properly. bushings. Right. So although that's looking a tad bent, oops, what you've got to bear in mind is these are actually made out of very, very, very soft metal. Right. So these things are very slipping, so I've no idea what's going on. And I'm not really even sure what I've done wrong. Ah, there you go. Now, so what I actually done differently there was I turned the motor in a wee bit. So, okay, so that's the pump now sitting in and it's retained. We've got a tight water to this, which is, now this is the outlet to the lance, okay? So this is where your pressure cable itself actually logs into here at the back. Now, there is an upgrade I believe for this, so watch what you're doing, because again this is another plastic bit, but you can get a metal or an alloy bit, and what that will actually do is, it's a better repair than what I've just done for this thing, because it's cast, so there's less chance of it snapping and breaking. But I'm sealed there, okay, screw that on, right, and that's the water there, okay, so the water's in, through the pump, comes up here, shoots out through there. I actually come up just to make sure that's sealed on as well. I'll put that in. Okay, so there you go. Right, let's go and test this. Right, on that live, to be fair, right, here's what I've done. So, water's plumbed in, sealed, right, up to here, which goes into the pump, which is this end here on the right hand side, okay, where that wee cable, wee pipe goes in for the bottle feed for your putting detergents and that in, right, that's where it was actually leaking from. That clip's sealed in there, comes out of the back here, and it's onto the lance, alright. Now, to be fair, if it's going to leak through there, there's no point putting the lance in. But I've never tried this, so like the last time, here's the first test, and this is just putting the water on. So keep your eyes on this bit here. Well, to be fair, that has got a bit of a leak. It's not cutting off, so it's not maintaining any pressure. The last of the thread has got absolutely nothing. Well, to be fair, fair, I'm a bit gutted at that, because I thought it would have been enough to do it. So, but on the positive side there, that thing was pouring water out. So, I'm not giving up. There will be a part 3 if it's a success. So, thanks for watching. Sorry about the failure and getting your hopes up. I hope that you did actually enjoy this. And if you are stripping your own one down, as long as you've got the proper part, well, I hope the strip down actually helped you. The rebuild, well, it's pointless doing a rebuild now because, well, the rebuild was kind of on. If you're struggling with a rebuild though, just stick it in the comments below and I'll get that. I keep saying that and nobody does, but I've still had 7,000 views on the last video. And I'm not expecting as much out of this, but hey, thanks for watching. Oh, cheery bye.